Hello there. This video has been compiled on YouTube to support the sale of my coaching resource. As you can see, it's a UEFA A and B booklet which contains academy advanced practices, and as you can see there's also information on academy standard, tactical formations and fitness included. What you can see here is the booklet. The booklet comes with a CD, and on the CD there are over 200 practices which you can interact with. But firstly, as we look at the booklet now, as you can see, it's a full colour booklet of over 200 pages which itemizes everything you need to understand about the elite coach, the method of coaching through UEFA B, UEFA A and onto academy practices. There's information on bang up to date methodology on coaching, and as you can see the front of the book, it covers a range of information practices all the way through to as you understand from, you may have learned from your coaching practices, your coaching courses or within your club. Then what we arrive at is an index of contents, and you can see there on section 2 all these practices are listed on the games, and as we unfold you'll see that the booklet is a 200-page booklet of full colour practices, from functions to phases, skills to small-sided games, on to phases of play and 11v11s. As you get towards the back of the book, the brand new section is all about academy practices and how you can work with young players all the way from 12 through to 21. So that's the booklet, as you can see, full colour, 200 page plus, comes with a CD. We'll move that to one side now so you can see what will happen as we start to unfold the practices. So what we have now is what we know as tackboard. Tackboard is a methodology of using PowerPoint presentations to illustrate practices, and all we do now is we load the practice using your mouse or the down arrow on the laptop. What we can now do is move along the screens, and you can see this practice, which is combination play from function to phase and 11v11. And using the down arrow, all you can see there, this is the first slide, pre-session focus, and then it moves on to the practice itself. So starting off, as you can see, with a functional practice, and inside the functional practice you can see on the right hand side, this is where the information about the practice starts. And what we're trying to work on now are these players, the O's, attacking the goal, and the Reds playing out to a target player, which replicates the number 9 for the Reds. And as we move down, clicking the arrow, you can see that the Reds are now moving out of defence, and as they move out, the red X8 tries to play a ball to this X9, which is intercepted by 05. And from there now, you can see the game start to unfold. The thick red line is the passage of the ball. The dotted lines are the passage of players. And what we're trying to see on this movement here is pretty similar to what Man City, Liverpool, other top teams do. They try and exploit the space in behind the last line of defence. So we're looking at these players here getting in behind the defence. And as you can see, we're looking at movement of both strikers. On the right hand side, what you'll find now up and down here is information referencing and regarding to what you see on the picture. And there you can see the picture unfolding. What this will do will give you various options and various informations that you can use for different pictures for your players. So the first session, the ball was in behind. But as you can see on this practice here now, there is no space in behind. So we've got to learn to combine off the two strikers and attack through central areas. Again, a different variation where the midfield players. And you can see on the right hand side here, this is what we're trying to achieve. Session development. Combine on the edge of the box with midfield support. So what we're looking at is this player here breaking in and feeding off those two players to create an overload around the edge of the box. And again, the information is unfolding on the right hand side. This practice here now moves it from a right hand side to a wide area. And as you can see here now, it's combining wide areas, overlapping runs by the fullback. And again, it's a similar start. And you can see that's the path of the ball and the path of the overlapping player. And as you can see, they play off 9 in behind, and the fullback is on the ball. And then we've got movement of other players. Similar to this now, on the right hand side is the information relevant to what you see on the picture here. Different scenario where the wide player drives in and plays off the strikers, and then we move on to a phase of play. And as you can see on the right hand side is blank, but what you've got is a phase of play here. Reds play out scoring these 2 goals or hit the target player, and for realism what we're trying to say is they must play off the target player before they score, which then makes the team come out and play high. Otherwise they'll just camp on the edge of the area because they know what's coming. So let's look at this now. Same start point, ball into 10, and now we've got movement from midfield, which you've practiced in your previous sessions. So what you see here is what you've practiced in your function prior to starting this practice. Okay, so there we know that's intelligent movement on combination play. And again, we look at pre-session focus. So let's refocus now, and we're going into 11-11 organisation. So we've gone from a function to a phase, and now we're on to an 11v11 session. Similar sort of session. Similar sort of movement because you practiced it in the 2 previous sessions. I would suggest it's too difficult to go straight to an 11v11 unless the players have done all this before. So the idea of the transition from function to phase to 11v11, that might take you 3 sessions or 3 weeks to work on how you then combine with players in the final third. And again, everything you see here is based on the functional practice, but it all starts with a few players building to a full 22 player 11v11. And this one here again, the focus is can we switch play? So we can't go forward down one side, so we switch play and play through midfield and go the other way. And finally, if you look at this now, we're looking at runs from deep. Again, combination play from deep areas. How the fullbacks can do overlaps, or in this case, underlaps, exploiting the space in between the 2 defenders here. There's a hell of a lot of information on these slides and a hell of a lot of information in the booklet, but this is why it's an advanced practice. This is why it's for elite players. I would suggest you wouldn't even attempt this at grassroots, but again, that's your choice. So once the session is finished, what you're looking at now is a session evaluation, and you can read that for yourself. No session is valid unless it's been evaluated. Once you're happy with it, adjust it, move on, or put it down as a tick in a box, and you do the same practice again. So thank you for your time. That's the booklet, that's the CD, that's the tack board presentations, all for $29.99. I think that's a great bargain. Thank you very much.